if you don't come out each and every week ready to play, anybody can get beat on any given day. Montreal, they beat us last year. Defensively, they still pretty much have the same group. They're a great defense. So we have to make sure we put points on the board. Even if, they don't score, we have to make sure we score. So it's definitely a game that we're not looking past. We're not looking past anyone, and especially this week.
Is it a challenge to stay mentally focused? Because I know you don't read all this stuff, but you hear all the things going on with that team, and you know they're in disarray.
I mean, that could work in a good way, and sometimes it's a bad thing. At the end of the day, our job is to come out and try to beat every team that steps out on the field with us, no matter what they're going through, because there's some things we're going through as well. So we can't worry about what's happening over there inside that locker room. We have to come out and make sure we're ready to play. We're in a good position right now, and we just want to keep pace.
This team's starting to get better at playing weaker teams and not looking past them. Does that come from just getting older and older and more veteran leadership?
You know what? I just think, you put when you have experienced guys, you put more emphasis on, knowing that any team could get beat. You can't overlook anyone. You can't think that it's just going to be a cakewalk because of their record or because of what they're going through on the inside. The ball could get tipped and it'd be a touchdown for them. Anything could happen. So you can't overlook them. You have to stay fundamentally sound and make sure you execute.
More changes at receiver? Is this just now ho-hum for Darian Durant at quarterback?
I mean, that's just how it goes, man. You know what? It's like I said, it's been a little difficult trying to, develop the chemistry with the set group. But at the end of the day, they're all talented players, and it's all about, making sure that we put them in positions to be successful.
What's the importance of managing a game with this run game working the way it is, and maybe not turn the ball over?
That's the key. Until we get, that type of chemistry offensively where we can, put some drives together and do some things, we may have to lean on our running game a little bit more, lean on the defense. And for me, that's just protecting the ball, punt when we have to, take field goals when we have to, and just don't force the issue.
I'm very excited. It's always a blessing to be able to play football at any time and day.
When it comes to getting back into a lineup mid-season like this, how do you have to approach it, being kind of the first live action?
You have to approach it like it's your very first camp, right? Like you have to just come in and get after it and be thankful for the opportunity and just prepare like you've never prepared before, because as you guys know, you can be released at any time, and that's never the greatest feeling. So,
how's your chemistry with Darian coming along?
It's coming along very, very well. We've had a great week of preparation, and we're looking forward to connecting in the game.
What's the, anxiousness, of coming out of the tunnel? Getting on the field and playing is one thing, but coming out at the start of the game, how excited are you for that, I guess?
I'm very excited because I've heard that this is the loudest crowd in the nation, and I'm just ready to experience that atmosphere. And like you said, it is the biggest moment of the game. The game itself is fun, but coming out of the tunnel, just seeing everybody yelling and getting prepared for the game is probably the biggest and funnest time.
It's a slight of a change. You got a lot to think about as far as formations and things like that. Having the fullback out there, having the third receiver, so it's a little bit more thinking to the game from being a halfback. Where halfback, we could just lock up on the receiver and play game, but playing the dime, we deal with a lot of motions, and we got to pay attention to formations and things like that. So mentally, from the mental part, it's definitely a little bit challenging, but other than that, it's football.
Get some good reps in at it this week to get ready?
Oh yeah, definitely. The coaches did a great job of putting us in great positions to make plays. All we got to do is go out here, execute up our plays, and just have fun doing it.
This Montreal offense has had some struggles so far this season. What have you guys seen in them, and how do you guys attack them this week?
Well, that's the thing right now. A lot of guys think they're struggling or whatnot, but we can't take it as that. We got to take it as a team coming in here hungry to get a win, and we got to approach it like that. And like I said, just execute our plays and play ball, have fun.
I'm not taking anybody lightly out here. I don't think this team is. I think Cham's done a good job of not making sure we don't. We were pretty fired up today in practice. This is probably the best, most intense. Maybe it's the heat, but I think it's the most intense day 3 practice we've had all year. That's been the key to our success the last 3 games. Has been our practice tempo. I don't think any guy would argue that.
A lot's been made of this change to practice the last 3 weeks. When you came back from the bye week, Was it inviting to see the change that was made, or was it let's feel this out and see how it goes?
Well, it wasn't much choice. It was, I think the coaching staff from Chamberlain on down kind of recognizes a little bit of a younger team. There need to be a little bit more structure. There need to be a little bit more of direction, I guess. It wasn't just a bunch of veterans like last year who could lead themselves, right? We put that structure in and put the intensity back in practice and an emphasis on that, and man, we started rolling, having fun again. And maybe guys grumbled at first because things were pretty, militant, but guys started having fun with it. You're rah and you're out there having fun, and one day when you don't feel like practicing and it's 40 degrees or whatever it is, the guy beside you's going crazy, and you pick yourself up. So it's we got a good thing going right now. Like you said, we can't take Montreal for granted, and got to go and get a win.
I saw your tweet after the Winnipeg game. How beat up is Ricky Foley, or is it just general football body soreness?
Man, last game was the worst game of my career. I'm not a painkiller guy, but I was on him last game, and man, a couple of things just I don't want to say what they are, but I was struggling. I wasn't myself, but it's funny. I told Chicky. I said, you're going to have to play for both of us today, go out there. And I said, you're going to have to go out there and produce for both of us. I'll be there, and I'll be where I'm supposed to be, but I don't count on much more than that. He said, okay, I got you, Foley. And I didn't expect him to go out and play like that. So, yeah, I feel better this week, but, I'm still going to tell him the same thing, and hopefully he plays the same way.